Tad and Bird. Tad met Charlie Parker while he was in Kansas City in 1940. Later, he recalled his first meeting with Bird. Bird was cleaning up the club. I never knew he played horn until one jam session he pulls out this raggedy alto with this pipe tone he had then. I couldn't hear anyone but him because I could hear his message. So we got together and we were playing Lady Be Good, and there's some changes I played in the middle where he just stopped playing and ran over and kissed me on the cheek. He said, "That's what I've been hearing all my life, but nobody plays those changes." So we got to be very good friends. He used to come over to my house every day and blow. And the people used to come and knock on the door, and I'd say, "Oh, I'm sorry, we're making so much noise." And they'd say, "No, we want you to leave the door open," because he was playing so pretty. 4 years later, Parker was a member of Billy Eckstine's band, often considered to be the first big bop big band. In September 1944, after a tour of the South and Southwest, the band opened briefly at the Club Plantation in St. Louis, where they were joined by Tad Dameron and Art Blakey, who would become their an arranger and permanent drummer. Later, Blakey recalled an incident that tells us something of the radical and rebellious spirit of the young musicians who made up this band. It may seem humorous today, but it must have been a bit frightening at the time. Blakey said, "We were playing in the Club Plantation, a prejudice club. Sarah Vaughan, Billy Eckstine, Bird, Dizzy. The man told us all to come in the back door, and these damn fools, they got to come together and they came in the front door. The guy wigged. He said, 'I don't want you to fraternize with the customers.' When Charlie got to the intermission, they all sat at the tables, and the guy was about to wig again. He told someone, 'You gotta get this band the hell out of here.' The guys were carrying on something fierce despite the fact that the gangsters were walking around with big guns on their hips. They didn't scare Bird or anyone. Tad Dameron was drinking a glass of water out of one of the beautiful glasses they had to serve the customer. Bird walked over to him saying, 'Did you drink out of this, Tad?' Tad says, 'Yeah.' Bam! Parker smashes it. It's contaminated. 'Did you drink out of this, Tad?' 'Yeah.' Tad says, 'Bam! It's contaminated.' He broke about 24 glasses. A guy was glaring at Bird, who just looked back coolly. 'What do you want? Am I bothering you?' Bird asked him. 'Are you crazy?' the guy asked. 'Well, if you want to call me crazy,' Bird replies. Then once again he turns to Tad. 'Did you drink out of this glass?' 'Bam! It's contaminated.' They put us out. They sent Jeter Pillars in our place at the plantation, and they sent us over to East St. Louis to the Riviera, which was a colored club. The next year, Charlie Parker and Dizzy Gillespie began working together in various settings, leading to their historic stand at 52nd Street's Three Deuces in March, and the Dizzy Bird recordings they made in May, which included Hot House, Dameron's famous contrafact of What Is This Thing Called Love. Stan Levy, the drummer for the Three Deuces engagement, remembered Tad being at the rehearsal one day and making a very important contribution to the sound of the band. As Levy recalled, the rhythm section was Al Hay, Curly Russell, and myself. Al was a very good piano player, you know, he got around the keyboard, but his accompaniment wasn't exactly what Dizzy liked. So we were rehearsing the Three Deuces before we opened, and Tad is, of course, there listening and everything. And Dizzy says, "Tad, come on up here and show Al how you come," which Tad did. And Al Hay picked right up on it and sat down and began to play.